Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Darth Biscuit. Just kind of want to give you a quick update before you start the video. I'm still having some issues learning and adjusting some audio. We had everything tested before and everything sounded great, but for some reason, there's some static in about the first 9 minutes of the episode when I'm talking with the guest on the episode. So obviously that's going to be somewhat annoying. So if you would like to skip past that, about the good 9 to 10 minute mark is about a good spot to start. You really won't be missing much besides the intro, giving the details on what's going on today. It's gaming news for the week. Obviously, I don't have everything covered, so if I have missed a story, I would like you to comment that down below, and we'll talk about it there. Thank you for being patient with me as I learn and grow every day. Appreciate you guys. And one. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to week 2. This is fresh out the oven gaming news with Darth Biscuit. Don't forget that. It's Darth Biscuit. A lot of people know me as Biscuit, but on here, on the game, I am Darth Biscuit because I don't play no games. Literally, I don't play anything good. Make sure you tune in every week on Monday at noon. Every podcast will be revealed right there on a premiere on YouTube Podcasts. Currently don't have it going anywhere else. We're looking into it a little bit. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, DarthBiscuit116, Twitter or X, DarthBiscuit116, Instagram, DarthBiscuit116. Everywhere I'm Darth Biscuit. Follow me on TikTok. I've been doing some TikToks on there, but I'm kind of stepping back a little bit. A lot of you have probably noticed. And that is, I would like to make the videos look a little bit better. So you won't see them as frequently like I was posting every day. I'm just trying to get a little bit better quality out of things. Still keep it fun. Other than that, I got tons of gaming news for this week. I may not have covered everything. So if I missed something, let me know in the comments. And, we could probably chat about it there. Other than that, I'm going to get started. I have Wookie and I have Dadalorian with me back again today. What's up, guys?
Hello there.
Hey.
You guys doing all right this week?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, good holiday. Good holiday.
Good. Well, speaking of the holidays, family fun. We actually all got together and we played some Mario Party. That was a blast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone had to put down a 7-year-old.
Hey,
hey, man, you gotta
win. Wookie had to, push his dominance on a 7-year-old and make sure that he wasn't in last place. That's part of Mario Party, as other players know. Also, what games have you guys been playing this week?
Ooh.
Fun?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of Gears 5. Just horde mode. I know.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't prepared for that.
Maybe a little Armored Core 6, but, it's okay.
Fair enough. And Dadalorian, I know you've been playing some classic games this week. He's been on a kick with PlayStation 2 and PS1 titles. What have you been playing, buddy?
Recently, it's been Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Classic game right there. I love it. I love to see it. Alright, guys. I've been playing Lethal Company on Twitch. It's been kind of a blast. It's pretty popular right now. I see why. It's definitely something I would have never played if I was still a console gamer. I can tell you that much. I am going to get right into the first article here, fellas. And it's simply just talking about the European monthly charts. They speak here a little bit about how Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Mirage is number 2, beating Spider-Man 2 by a very narrow margin. But Assassin's Creed Mirage went on sale for 2 weeks longer. So, I don't know if that really means anything. I mean, people gonna buy the games they want to play, right? So,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed pretty popular. I mean, unless you're a super hardcore gamer, most people aren't going to notice you bashing on it. So, play what you want, right?
Yeah.
Really good thing to note here, though. Spider-Man 2 is doing pretty well. The launch of it was pretty strong. First 2 weeks are up nearly 30% compared to 2018 Spider-Man, and almost 3 times higher than 2020 Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's pretty awesome. The meat and bones of this article, though, it's a good one, and that goes with the console sales of the Xbox Series S, X, the PlayStation 5, and the Nintendo Switch. So we've already previously kind of discussed the percentage sales, guys. I'm gonna go overhead and just spout those numbers out real quick, and then we'll kind of talk about why maybe these numbers are like this. So the overall market sales are up nearly 16% compared to September. PS5 sales are up 11%, Switch sales are up 10%, and Xbox sales are down just under 20%. Let's see here. Overall console and hardware, PS5 is comfortably number one console in Europe. UK and Germany is not included or tracked in this, just so you guys know. The PS5 sales are up 143% over October from last year. The Nintendo Switch is sitting at number 2 at a 20% drop in sales compared with last October. And Xbox Series S and X is continuing to struggle, the article says. In Europe, down 52% year on year. I mean, I thought that Europe was kind of one of the stronger areas to sell Xboxes. I could be wrong on that. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of software driving those sales over there, guys.
No,
So
it doesn't surprise me at all.
the Starfield reception, I think, was kind of mixed, and I think Phil said it himself that the game's not going to sell consoles.
No.
So it's just really surprising that it dropped that much.
I mean, it's what they want ultimately. Like if they really cared, I think the numbers would show different.
Yeah.
We've talked about before that what they're really pushing is their subscription service.
Yep.
That's where they care about it the most. They don't give a shit about the consoles or hell, half the games they don't care about.
That's kind of how I feel
They
too.
like, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks being witness to that.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear anybody call us Sony ponies or whatever, Nintendo bots or Nintendrones, whatever the terms are. All three of us own all three consoles.
Yeah.
I sold my Series X, and I'm mainly a PC gamer now. So I still have my PS5, and I still have my Switch, but PC Master Race, that's all I gotta say. Wookie, you gotta tell me, man.
Yes.
Starfield's kind of been the only seller for Xbox this year, man. I know you enjoy, as you said earlier, Gears of War. Ugh.
Yeah.
What are you looking to see Microsoft do better this upcoming year?
For Starfield?
Just
Or
in
just-
games
just
in
in
general.
general?
I mean, how would you like to see them change?
I'd like them to see put a little more effort and care into it. You could go to Halo Infinite, to where all they did was hire, contractors essentially
Yeah.
to try to get the game going on up. And yeah, they're trying to slowly fix that, but I'd like to see them do that with everything, as far as putting that much care into product. Starfield, another one.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems more rushed than what it should have been, because it's clearly missing a lot of other components with it.
Mm-hmm.
And
20 years.
but they're also relying on modders to make the game better, which I
Mhm.
think is a poor way of doing that. You shouldn't have the mentality of, hey, we'll put out an okayish game and let the modders kind of do their thing, and we'll just go based off that.
Yeah.
Half baked at best.
Yep. Half baked, fresh out the oven. I'm telling you, man. I feel like they have pushed the console player, the standard general player, to the back burner. Uh,
Hmm.
and that's completely unfair to some of these gamers who have stuck around for a while. I'd like to see
Like us.
some more new IP. I really wish they would have invested that money from Activision Blizzard into their own studios. Uh, it sucks seeing some of these games just sit on the sideline and get absolutely nothing for. Uh, the Xbox tax, I think, is all whack. I don't understand any of it. It makes no sense to me. Hi-Fi Rush is fantastic. I think number-wise, it did pretty good for a game that was unexpected. And as well as, I can't wait to see the next update on Hellblade 2. Do you think we'll get that at the Game Awards?
I think so. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Because it was first revealed, I think, in, was it 2018 or 2019 on that? With the Xbox Series X at the Game
Yeah.
Awards. So, maybe, we'll see. I'm excited to see what comes with that game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they really got anything
Right?
concerning that. I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like their priorities are always not where it needs to be.
It makes a lot of sense. Well, since we're talking about Starfield and Xbox, we'll kind of just lead right into the next news. That is the Starfield player numbers have kind of dropped, guys. If you can believe it.
So shocking.
I'm just as shocked as you are. I still haven't put much time into it. I tried multiple times. It's just not for me. I I don't know who their audience was for that game, to be honest.
Bethesda sluts.
So, in case you don't know, Starfield, people are just starting to listen in for the first time. Starfield is the first new IP from Bethesda in 20 years. I say it's a massive sci-fi space RPG with over 1,000 planets. It is an Xbox Series XS exclusive. It is available on Game Pass and PC, and it is not on the Switch or the PlayStation. I had to make sure that I had that correct in my head before I said it. So, I mean, when the game first came out, most of the critics were positive. The reviews were kind of positive, but as the time has gone down, the rating and scores went down. So
Yeah.
let's see here. The title earned an 86 Metascore on PC with 78 critic reviews and an 83 on the Xbox Series X and S on 90 reviews. I guess 3 months later, the score has dropped from very positive to mostly positive to now mixed. This is the rating on Steam, by the way. 69% are positive from the most recent reviews, with only 51%. On Metacritic, Starfield's user score is currently at a 7.0 on Xbox Series X and S. I don't like Metacritic. I don't know what you guys use to rate things, but I try not to look at them. But it's kind of it's kind of like the only option if you're going on there just trying to get the general feeling of a game. So
I mean,
We listen to a few YouTubers that have uh, different opinions, and then based on their background and opinions is kind of how we put our own thoughts together prior to playing a game.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
so like Reforged Gaming's one, Angry Joe's another, Gamer Ranks is another one,
Yeah,
and they usually all three have different
pretty opinions, right?
Yeah, like it's good to have different views. So
Sorry, my eye is bugging me a little bit. It's causing me some problems. Of course, in case y'all don't know, because you're probably watching the video, if you see me rubbing my eye, it gets a little watery. Sometimes it gets too dry. I had Bell's palsy, so it's kind of why my face looks kind of a little weird.
got that rocky go.
I got the Rocky going on. That's what we call it. Anyways, back on topic. You distracted me, young man. Starfield. Let's see here. The PC user score is at a 5.6 now. Do you think the PC users are a little bit more truthful than Xbox users?
I would say so because they can even put mods on their stuff, and so they get a more full experience of the game, and they will do more. And I think if they're getting bored with it already, with coming out with mods for like the vendor stuff or uh, a few other ones, I'm a little worried, you know.
Yeah.
But with playing it, I can kind of see that because, like I said, at first it was great, but then you put a few, I'd say, 100 to 200 hours in, it gets a little boring, unfortunately.
For sure.
Like, I know they just recently added DLSS support for PCs in the field of view, but I think they're just trying to do little things when there's a bigger problem with the game.
I think again they're just relying too much on the modding community, like they have with the other games.
Yeah, it's almost like the Bethesda magic isn't real.
It's not.
So,
Unfortunately,
would you like to see this crew do a sequel to this game? I mean, would you like to see a sequel to 10 years?
not a Starfield. No, they'd have to. I'd say they'll probably spend the next 10 years on this game alone, just trying to get it better.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe not as long, but
I don't think they're going to put any work into it within the next 10 years. The only people putting work into it is the people actually playing the game, the ones making mods.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's fair, considering they're also going to try probably putting the new Elder Scrolls game out there as well. But
yeah, that's what they're. That's the one that they better not. Yeah, they better not. They better not fuck it up. Like,
but it's exclusive though. It's going to be on Xbox solely, and I don't think that's a.
We'll see.
Smart decision.
I don't think that'll happen.
I was going to say I don't think it'll happen either, because that's like saying, oh, now that we own it, Skyrim is getting taken off PlayStation. It's like it's not going to happen. It's the dumbest thing that they could do. Hell, I thought it was stupid that they kept Starfield exclusive. Like,
no, see, they'll keep all the previous games on shared consoles.
They'll keep all the shitty games on exclusive consoles.
Unfortunately, I think they're going to keep the next Elder Scrolls and the next Fallout game, whenever that comes out, as exclusives. Well, they might change their mind, but if they're going to do a subscription, they would try to keep those.
No, they're going to want money. They're going to want money. They're going to need sales. Yeah. So I don't see it being exclusive to Xbox, especially Elder Scrolls. That'd be such a bad move.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be able to play it no matter what. I mean, whenever the game does come out.
But who knows? Maybe keeping Starfield exclusive on Xbox is what's saving it from getting worse
yeah.
reviews.
It's like
PlayStation.
The fucking user score for Nintendo and on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think that game
would review bomb it on purpose if you were a PlayStation user, a Sony pony.
I don't think you would have to do it on purpose. I think it's just the way the game is.
Yeah.
Well, if people are upset that newer Bethesda games are gonna stay on Xbox. I mean, I'd probably be a little upset about it. Personally, I wouldn't want to review bomb it because that seems kind of silly.
Yeah, it does.
But
Childish.
yeah, but I mean, I can see where people would try to do that as far as like, hey, that's not cool. Stop trying to do that whole thing. So they bomb it so it can maybe get put on another console, but that's a pretty far stretch
I think
to me.
eventually it's coming to Nintendo. Uh, personally, I think that's what's going to happen. I think it'll be a cloud version of some sort.
Well, because like Xbox and Nintendo have a pretty good relationship, I'd say.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd say it's definitely a lot better than it is with Sony. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Banjo Kazooie on Smash Bros. You've got Steve from Minecraft on Smash Bros. You've got a couple of those games on the Nintendo Switch Online.
hmm
Doom Eternals on there, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Ori and the Blind Forest, which are phenomenal games if you haven't played them. They belong on a Nintendo. Yeah. So, back on track with Starfield. Kind of got turned on that one, which is completely fine. So, when Starfield released, it peaked at 330,723 concurrent players on Steam. That is good compared to a previous title Bethesda made called Skyrim that peaked at 287,411 people. So,
The times were different.
yeah, it's pretty good considering the game is on Game Pass as well. Let's,
Yeah.
let's let's keep that in mind. But that is when early access started. The concurrent player count has dropped majorly for Starfield.
So
So,
shocking.
right, a 24-hour peak for Starfield is 22,152 people. That's with a 24-hour. Right below Elder Scrolls 5 at 23,098 players. Kind of weird to think that Skyrim has more players in a brand new game.
I don't think so.
You don't
Like
think
I
so?
said, the quality. No, the quality is different, and the times were different too. Back then, the internet was, I don't want to say super fresh, but it was still, blooming, and they couldn't just completely rely on updates. They actually had to release a good game.
Yeah.
And back then, they didn't have mods for consoles either. So, like, and they sold it on the PS3, 360. Like, they had to have a good game in order for it to do well for those consoles.
hmm
So you think that Skyrim at release is better than Starfield at release today?
Yes.
I agree with that 100%. I think it's a more complete game, even though it still had the bugs.
As a
Uh,
Bethesda game would.
I don't. What is up with their QA team? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I don't want to get sidetracked on
Well, these days, I
that.
think, like back then, I think back then it was just funny.
Yeah,
I think it was just funny. But these days, it's fucking annoying. Like, it's like you're pushing everything to online, everything digital, and you're telling me you can't complete a fucking game. Or better yet, you're telling me that when you release a game, you can't keep the bugs out.
yeah,
It's like, what are you guys doing
right.
besides trying to, hype up a game? Which they did. They hyped it. They hyped it very well. We all were excited.
Oh yeah,
The Skyrim in space? Hell yeah, let's go.
yeah.
Nope.
I was a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to play the game. I mean, when they announced that they were buying Bethesda, and they said it was going to be a case by case basis. I knew it wasn't going to come out for PlayStation, and
I think they did
I
to save their own skin.
if I remember correctly, this time I was buying another Series X on the back burner until the reviews came out for Starfield,
That is correct.
and then I went and built a PC, and I actually got
Yep.
it for free with the purchase
Yep.
of my GPU. So I can say safely that I'm glad I didn't spend $60 on it. I don't want to be that guy, but I mean that's the truth. I've spent a lot of money on games that I didn't like. I can tell you that much.
Yep.
So I mean that's a little frustrating, but
That's why I've been going back and playing PS1, PS2 games, man. Like
right.
my son's already got all the 360 games that I really enjoyed, and some of those are backwards compatible for the OG Xbox. So like, I'm just waiting for something good. I'm waiting for something to just completely take my attention away.
Mm-hmm.
Something I look forward to playing, and it's new.
I was just reading a little bit more of the article here that I never actually read because it kind of dipped away from the Starfield news. But this kind of like puts it in there a little bit more. Apparently, the most played games on the console see Starfield in 15th, just ahead of Halo Infinite. That's kind of surprising. I don't know if this was tracked before or after the new update on Halo Infinite, by the way. So this could be kind of a couple
Well,
weeks newer
even if
before
it's
that.
prior, it doesn't surprise me. When Halo Infinite released, it just what a
Okay.
nightmare.
Yeah, so this is definitely after the update because this article was made fresh on the 24th.
Okay, cool. Like even it doesn't surprise me. Halo Infinite really killed the majority of its fan base. Like Halo 5 damn near Halo 4 everyone was okay with outside of multiplayer and changing of the looks without explanation. Halo 5 was even worse. They started bringing back with Halo Wars 2,
Yeah.
and they were like, "All right, we're going to make Halo Infinite everything that everybody wants." And they made the game, then they scrapped it, remade it with a whole new engine, and just like I think Tyler was bringing up earlier, between them hiring people that don't know how to work on the engine, and by the time they figure it out, their contract is over. Not having a set team, like it was just bad move after bad move after bad move. But this all was happening before the Activision Blizzard purchase, because it was immediately after that purchase is when they were like, "All right, we have a designated team. We got an update coming out."
It's very suspicious.
It was a very sus on like there's a theory that's been going around that we've kept our eye on about how they purposely sabotaged Infinite as proof of like, look, our our main game is sucking. We need this purchase. But obviously that's not a reason, but it's just weird timing. And so it doesn't surprise me that Starfield is doing better than Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Like we go if we're in the mood for a Halo game these days, if there's people not wanting to play Infinite, we hop on the Master Chief Collection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that that game, as you've brought up in the past, that game is getting more and better content than Infinite.
Shoo.
But Starfield's numbers will drop. I would be very surprised if they do something that's going to bring people back or make them want to come back and play. I think it's going to continue to fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll see.
15th is generous.
Well, 'cause, like what they're coming out with I think a DLC start of next year, anyways.
Yeah, it said it was. I think they called it Shattered something. I have it right here.
So
Hold on, let me pull it back up. Excuse me. Shattered Space is the one story expansion. It says here there is a sizable team working on the game long term. Director Todd Howard confirming 250 developers. They've done a good job so far listening to feedback and implementing features that should have been present at launch, like NVIDIA DLSS support, brightness and contrast settings, and much more. So they didn't have brightness and contrast settings in this fucking game? Are you kidding me?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I installed the damn thing. Like, just the spaceship customization enough is what turned me away from the game after spending well over 100 hours, almost two even,
Yeah.
trying to get the highest rank so I can have full customization just for it to go, no, sorry, you can't do this.
Oh man. Well, it
Like,
also does say here that mod support is coming next year. I assume this means for the Xbox community.
I would assume
yeah,
so as well. There better be some good shit then.
And it said they should heavily expand on the available experiences and gameplay features. The developer is also committed to DLC, one story expansion called Shattered Space, and is already confirmed. And Howard
Mhm.
promises a lot of post launch DLC of varying sizes. No ETAs on any of it. If there's anything I know about Todd Howard, is he is full of shit.
I was about to say this sounds like a whole lot of sweet talking before I get fucked.
16 times the detail, as Angry Joe says. Oh boy. Alright, well, enough shitting on Starfield from me. Wookie, I know you enjoy playing the game somewhat, so.
I did, and it's I want it to do better because I really love
Yeah.
I love Bethesda games.
You are a
Not
Bethesda
all of
slut.
them. I like how they can give details in the world and small little areas. You get to know
I
more
can
about
move
the
a
lore and
sandwich.
everything else.
Yeah.
So it can be a really dark universe like they did for I know this game's old, but like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas kind of lore that you find in there, even Fallout 4. So I know they can expand the lore of the universe
Yep.
in little things. So I'm excited for them to do that.
Too bad they can't put that shit in a game.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Last piece of news here for the Xbox community. It looks like you guys are getting free play days for Hell Let Loose. This game was it a free day or did they just give it outright free on PlayStation?
It was a monthly game.
It was a monthly game. Okay,
Yep.
I know I played this a little bit. Dadalorian, I think you said you did. Wookie, did you play this game at all or watch
Uh,
anybody?
no, I did not.
All right, I didn't get too much time into it because it kind of drove me fucking insane. Dadalorian, it
If,
seems
if,
like you have the most experience with this game. Tell me what
if
you
you're
think.
with the right, if you're with the right people and the right server, you'll have a blast. But
Yeah.
if you're by yourself, it's very difficult to get into. It is a very ultra realistic World War II fighting. It's like a World War II simulator. Like,
Oh, okay, so not just an FPS, you would classify it as a simulator.
I would think so. Like, just the way, like, if your gun gets too dirty, you have to you got to get it cleaned. You get tired. You can get too cold too quickly. Like, you know, it is really detailed. And also, if you've had the chance to watch other people play, you can see how graphic it can get.
Yeah.
The realism behind if you get shot in the leg, you could be injured in multiple areas because it goes up your leg and out your shoulder. So not many games are like that, and that's why I like it. But I stopped playing it because it was so hard to get in with a server that knew what they were doing. It's hard to get kills in that game. It's hard. It's hard all the way around. You don't play that game to have fun. You play that game to go to war.
Say maybe it sounds like that's kind of where I went wrong because I went into it playing it like Battlefield or Call of Duty.
No. But I would say Battlefield is more on the fun side of this game.
Yeah.
And if you're going for not giving a fuck, you go to Call of Duty.
For sure.
But if you're going for like the closest thing to World War II that you can get, you're going to play Hell Let Loose. There are some other games that are like it, but this game in particular, since we're talking about it, is one of those really, really good World War II games.
For sure. For sure. Well, there you go, guys. If you're a part of the Xbox community and you play that game and you follow along with us, check that game out. It's free. Might as well. Let's
Yep.
see if I can get you an exact date. It's free from November 30th to December 4th. So you still got a few days left. Get on there. Try it out. Let us know what you think about it. We'll see. Maybe if anybody wants to hop on there and play, we can. I don't know. We'll find out. It's free for the PC platforms as well. That's a good note there too. So yeah, I guess if anybody wants to comment below and say, "Hey, let's play," we'll
Is it
hop on there.
cross-platform?
I assume so, since they're kind of putting it out there for PC and Xbox.
I would say I never looked into whether it was cross-platform or not.
Well,
That might have been part of the problem.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe you're playing with a super sweat. Let me look on the app here real quick.
Just an empty ass lobby. You hear explosions but can't find nobody.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh hell. Oh,
Standing in Germany in the winter, you're like, it's cold.
it's cold.
I don't want to be here.
I don't blame you. Well, alright, so there's that. That's your last news story. We kind of ended off with a good one. A free game to play for a while. Check that one out. So now we're going to move on to the Nintendo side of things, guys. We're going to stick with the... Where's that here? I've got it saved. I know I do. Boom. There it is. Still kind of a Xbox / Nintendo news story here. They put up a poll on Nintendo Life about which rarest classic N64 games you would like to see on the Switch online. I have played most of these. Killer Instinct Gold. I love that game. It's a fantastic little fighter. Was pretty upset with the reboot / remake on Xbox. Blast Core 64. Never played that one. Diddy Kong Racing. Jet Force Gemini. Donkey Kong 64. Perfect Dark. Mickey Speedway USA. And Banjo-Tooie. Those are the top ones they voted for. I would love to see all those games come to the platform. Have you guys played any of those at all?
Joey, have you?
No, I have not.
He's dead. He had to think about it. That's fine. That's fine. If they ever come, you should take a chance and check them out. Donkey Kong's kind of a little whack, I ain't gonna lie. But Rare did really well after that, making Conquerors and Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie. So
They're fun. They're fun.
they are very fun little collectathon games to play, especially Conquerors.
Because you don't expect a cartoon to be like that.
Exactly. That's going to kind of lead directly into our next storyline here. Nintendo in Japan is launching an 18 or older rated Switch online app. Simply what that means is it's just another app for the Switch for people who are 18 or older to play games like GoldenEye and Jet Force Gemini. Previously, these games weren't available in Japan on that platform to play like they were over here in the USA because of its rating. So now with this, it allows those games to be played over there, which is really good because I would love to see Conker's Bad Fur Day on the Switch. Absolutely, it is one of the best 64 games ever made, and really good remake slash reboot, whatever you want to call it, on the Xbox platform. So maybe we get both. You know,
I wouldn't be surprised.
they had a little bit of a difference between GoldenEye on the Switch and GoldenEye on the Xbox. So why not?
I'm just glad that Japan's going through
Play
with
those
this.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like that's also the one thing about having a digital media that sucks is that you could have a game and always be able to play it physically, but as soon as the physical media disappears, it's not up to you whether something stays or goes. It's up to them. So you could have lost media based on what they want you to watch and what they want you to play.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfy. It's sad.
You know, fortunately
But
enough, there are, if you didn't know this, there is I can't remember what it's called to save my life. But they go out there and they purchase software to keep an archive of it. If you didn't
Yeah,
know,
I've heard about that.
to kind of so the last thing they did that with was a Nintendo Wii U and the 3DS platforms because they shut down the stores.
Hmm.
And so they made it kind of an initiative to download every piece of software, DLC, content, whatever, and have it saved to, I don't know if it's like a hard drive data center or whatever it is, but they've
I mean,
got it.
wherever it's at, I'm just happy that it's saved. I'm happy that it's still there,
Yeah.
even if it's unobtainable. I hate the idea of one day being like, yeah, no, this used to be really fun, and no one knows what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like where, like, I don't get upset with people who download stuff illegally and use the ROMs on emulators and stuff.
Yeah,
Because, like, make it purchasable then.
yeah,
That seems kind of simple to me. Like, if you're not going to make it available for consumers, they're going to find a way to play it.
yeah. If people really want it bad enough, they'll make sure that they get it.
Yeah. So, and it's not like it's hard stuff. You just kind of got to find a YouTuber to tell you how to do it, or you can buy it online on eBay.
Reddit is phenomenal.
Yeah, Reddit is great for stuff like this. So, you know, I'm really hoping to see some more stuff get added with this 18-year-old or 18 or older rating app, and I hope they make some smart decisions and we see Conker's Bad Fur Day, because I will put everything down to play that game on my Switch, because I currently do not have a copy of it. I sold it with my collection a couple months ago.
I should have bought some things from you. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, well, probably got a good deal too. I don't think we were thinking we were going to be kind of swapping stuff here, but hell. Alright, so your last bit of Nintendo news that I found this week that I would like to talk about. Actually, you know what? Before we move on, Wookie, have you played Conkers?
He's in the kitchen.
Cool. Yeah.
No, I have not. I have not played Conkers. No.
Okay. Have you
Or did
heard
you?
it? Have you heard it?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Or when you were over here that one day, did you bring it over so Sebastian could play it?
No.
No.
Or the
Hell
No.
no.
hell no. Okay. No, I do not.
That is not a
No,
game for a child.
no, you've heard it from the Actman, Ty.
No, I have not played it.
All right, man. We'll have to find a way to some way to get you
Remedy
to
that?
that because maybe I've got a ROM of it. Maybe I'll play it through an emulator on stream one day because it is hilarious. Actually, you know what? You can play it, bro. You have an Xbox, man. You can go to the you've got it on Game Pass. You can play Live and Reloaded, I think, through the Rare game, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about at all?
I
Yeah,
believe so. Yeah.
they got a classic game section.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that hurts. That hurts to hear.
It's fucking.
Hey, I'm sorry, man.
You have something to play on your Xbox, bro. Go play that stuff immediately. Like, get off this call and go play it, bro. What are you doing?
I'm having fun talking with you guys.
All right, fair enough. You can play it later.
All right.
Yeah, I recommend anybody to play that game. Moving on.
Yes.
Let's go. The next story.
Play any of them. Play any of them. They're all good.
Anybody guess what the next storyline for Nintendo is?
The Zelda movie.
Yep. Why'd you have to bring it up? I thought we could skip it. Listen, I want this to happen. Okay? I want it to happen. I want it to be great. I
don't want it to be live action.
it's a live action. If you get the right actors, right?
Yeah.
And you can get the tone down. Because here's the thing is, what tone are they going to put together for this movie?
It's not like Sonic where they could pull it off in live action and just have a funny character, or Detective Pikachu and make it work like that.
That's what I'm saying. That are they going for a darker tone for this film? Because I don't know. I don't know what the plans
don't
are
know.
for this film. There's too many factors that I don't know to make me calm down a little bit every time I hear this story.
I worry that they're going to put a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
From a bunch of games into it, and it's just going to be a jumbled fucking mess.
Right. So, I mean, I guess the best thing about it is Miyamoto is involved.
Yeah,
he will be one of the producers. Mario Brothers movie, in my opinion, was fantastic. So I trust his judgment on this.
Yeah.
What I do not trust is the judgment of the director.
Oh man, who's the director?
So the director is Wes Ball. Okay? Wes Ball has directed Maze Runner.
Mm.
Maze Runner the Sports Trials. And Maze Runner the Death Cure.
So it sounds like it's probably going to be a darker tone kind of movie then.
I hope so.
Or it's going to be a trilogy, too.
So the thing is, we will get to see him take on a bigger project with better content, I believe, before this Zelda movie comes out. Because if you guys didn't know, he is also directing the upcoming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
So, ooh, I'm ready to see that.
I hope they don't fuck it up. That.
Yeah, it looks really good.
The first three were great. And this one, though, is coming after the purchase of Disney. Or after Disney has purchased Fox.
Yeah. It's really going to set the tone for the next few of their movies, too. Like,
yeah. We'll see. I really enjoyed what they did with Prey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I have trust that they can move franchises like this and Alien and Predator forward because of how they treated that movie. Prey should have gotten way more marketing than what it did in the first place.
Just pick the right people and let them do their job. Yeah. Like, it's not difficult.
A lot of people have that problem when it comes to making films, it seems like. So, yeah, I'll give Wes Ball a chance. But his track record doesn't necessarily make me excited.
Yeah.
The writer. So the writer is Derek Connolly. So he previously wrote the Jurassic World trilogy, Kong Skull Island, and Detective Pikachu. He
I wouldn't be too worried.
also worked on
Mm.
the draft of The Rise of Skywalker. This is when the draft was titled Star Wars: The Duel of Fates. When
Oh, you mean that
Colin-
better version of the movie?
Colin
Yeah.
Trevorrow was attached to. It would eventually, obviously, be worked by J.J. Abrams when he took the step up to direct.
Fuck you, Catherine
He had
Kennedy.
the script rewrote with Chris Terrio. We'll see. I think Connolly and Trevorrow's draft was better than what we got with Rise of Skywalker. But from what
Have you
I've
had a chance
seen,
to actually read it?
yeah, I watched a Star Wars series video on it.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a lot better.
So, if they could do it with that tone, I think this guy would be okay to write it. We'll see.
What, you don't like the kissing cousins?
They
The
weren't even
Rise of
cousins.
Skywalker?
weren't even cousins. Think about it, right?
Yeah.
They're not technically related because a lot of people get that mixed up, and it says that
He's a Palpatine.
yeah, Palpatine was Anakin's father, which is not true. He just manipulated the midichlorians in the womb. But let's just say that he is, right? So it goes Palpatine, Anakin, then Leia, and then Ben. And then that would be Palpatine's great-grandson, right? Yeah. Yeah. Or Palpatine, Anakin, Leia. Yeah, it'd be his great-grandson. If Palpatine was the father. Whereas Rey is the daughter of a failed Palpatine clone. So technically, he would be making that with his great grandma.
I was trying to make it sound better, I guess.
I may have messed it up in my head, but I'm pretty sure that's how it actually be.
Once again, fuck you, Kathleen Kennedy. I'm so tired of it.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
so.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We're gonna have to do the. Fuck, that's funny. All right, the producer of the movie is Avi Arad. Obviously, he's got, somewhat of a decent track record. Not great, but not terrible. Kind of very mid. Great movies include Spider-Man 2, X-Men, The Last Stand, kind of. Iron Man. Morbius. I was wondering if you guys could catch that. But also, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He was a producer on that. So, but he also managed to make Venom, Morbius, and Bratz. The movie about dolls that was not Barbie. Because Bratz did it first, and it was pretty fucking bad.
This movie has potential to either be really good or really fucking mid.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully he's just a money pit. We'll find out. Other than that, that's all the news we have for Nintendo, especially for the Zelda movie. There is no cast, there is no release date. That's all we know about the film. So Sony's involved, which scares me, but kind of gives me hope because Miyamoto's still involved, but it's still scary because Sony's done things like the Resident Evil films and Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's kind of like...
Those shitty movies that Get Wookie loves?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, no. I haven't seen all the Resident Evil movies. I've seen like I think the first couple.
But you liked Independence Day too.
I mean, I did like I know it's a bad movie, but I still like my bad movies every once in a while.
He's like, it's a
Like
guilty
Napoleon.
pleasure. I can't handle it.
Hey man, Napoleon. Ah, that one was upsetting. I was not expecting all of that.
Yeah, you got Joaquin real.
Yeah, it was something.
Oh man. Well, let's move on. I got one kind of a side one before we step into the PlayStation news for today. Uh, the actor who played Michael in GTA 5 was swatted while streaming. Why?
FBI, open up.
Why are they doing
So
this? Uh, so you can
yeah,
the video is online of him. You can watch it on X, Twitter, whatever the
I
hell you want
almost
to
feel
call it.
like it was. Does it almost feel rigged with GTA 6 being hot in the air right now and like?
I don't know. He was playing GTA,
Yeah, I know.
and like he gets
Like
a
it
call.
just seems like a weird timing thing. Like GTA 6 is getting really hyped up right now. People are super anxious for it more than ever. There's leaks and rumors with the previous GTA 5 actors going left and right, and then this happens, and we're supposedly getting a GTA 6 trailer soon. Like, I don't know. Just
definitely a setup.
the timing is weird.
Yeah,
Pretty fun.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, some people were upset. Obviously, Ned Luke is his name. He should be pretty upset himself at Rockstar as well because I don't know if it was their fault or his fault, but I mean, a lot of people are upset that Rockstar was not able to protect his IP. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what led to it. I mean, so swatting, if you don't know, is something that weird people on the internet are doing right now.
Should be illegal.
For a while. So it is a dangerous harassment technique with ties to video games and streamers in particular, in which personal information is obtained, and emergency services are usually armed police are called to the person's home. So I mean, imagine you were just having fun playing video games, and the fucking SWAT team shows up.
And your ass is getting tackled and tased, and you're being
Yeah.
detained and thrown in the back of a fucking car.
So
Bro,
I
that
mean,
sounds like a whole bunch of fun. What are you talking about?
All
for you
right.
maybe.
Hey, this is the news, not the fantasies.
Yeah.
oh, my bad.
So I mean, later on in the article here, it does say that Ned Luke, by the way, he did play Michael. In case you guys didn't know, Michael DeSanta in GTA
Uh-huh.
5. Uh, so he was apparently getting back at some of the people blaming Rockstar and said, "Y'all are jumping to some large ass conclusions. This had nothing to do with Rockstars. These assholes leaked my private info years ago and have been doing this shit since. Any info is available online if you are sick enough to really want to find it." So, sounds like he's been dealing with this quite a bit. That's
I mean, is it really Rockstar's job to protect who they hire when they're not being currently like used? Or like, what are people getting so mad about at Rockstar for?
I don't know. I haven't played GTA 5 online, so I know that most games have like a streamer mode now,
Hmm.
and it'll hide any personal information in case you click on something accidentally. Uh, I don't know if that's what they want now, or possibly how this happened years ago, or whatnot. Yeah, I
Either
have no
way, it's
idea.
bad.
It's fucking weird that people do this to other people, but hey, it happens. So it's definitely something to kind of keep your eye out on to see what happens to other streamers that you may watch, because they could be a victim of it.
Weston's playing. FBI, open up.
Right? If it ever happened to me, I'd be like, why is this happening? I have like 3 viewers right now. I'm like, Dadalorian, really? Mama Lorian, really?
Over
Get
here just
Wookie, really?
giggling.
And like, one of you guys call a fucking SWAT team on me?
I mean, you know.
Happy birthday, motherfucker.
Happy birthday, bitch. Alright, okay, let's move on over to the PlayStation news for the week. We've got a few articles here. The PS Portal is outselling the Xbox Series X and S in Spain. That's
Well, the portal looks cool. So
Portal. It is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I would prefer an OLED screen though.
yeah,
Oh, OLED does look pretty good.
It's just really weird that
let's
this
cut a
little,
controller in half and put a Switch screen in the middle.
yeah, that's essentially what happened, and that it's
Yeah.
outselling the Xbox Series X, a full-fledged console. I don't know. I didn't expect this thing to sell like it is, so it's sold out. You cannot.
Well,
buy it right now.
again, Xbox doesn't have anything. It's an entertainment center. Like, I wouldn't even consider it a gaming console half the time.
Yeah.
Like, if I play a game, I'm on the Switch or I'm on the PlayStation. If I want to watch YouTube or get on Disney Plus or something like that, I'm using my Xbox. Like, give me a game for the Xbox and I'll start fucking using it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to give me the opportunity to play my PlayStation 5 games on the shitter, I'm going to do that too.
Just the chance to be able to go anywhere you want and play some relatively good games.
So
It's what made the Switch blow up. Like,
yeah, there is a couple things weird about the PS Portal though. So if you were to like take it to a hotel to try to use it, you couldn't connect. Right? I know that sounds kind of weird because like that's what it's made for, but it doesn't have a browser built into the system. So if you're at a hotel and you need to accept something on the internet first before you can use the Wi-Fi
that's pretty
Yeah.
much anywhere.
on that device, you can't use that portal, which is very, very odd.
That'll change. That'll change.
Yeah, I assume an update will come out pretty soon. But I mean, there is, a few things like that. From what I've seen, most people are pretty positive about it, depending on what area you're in and what kind of internet you have.
Yeah.
Which it is what it is. I would buy one if I was a mainly PS5 player still, but I kind of don't touch it anymore. So
Yeah. 30 plus days later, PC Master Race.
yeah, it's not generally in my best interest to spend what is it, $200-$300 on the device. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. The next article here is from a Korean website. It's called Game Chosen. It's about Shift Up Studios. It is about a game called Stellar Blade. Have you guys ever heard of it?
No.
No, I have not.
You should check it out. It's a AAA game. It was introduced at the PlayStation Showcase in late 2021. It's kind of like an action oriented game. It'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be fun. It's something that I will definitely play. I can tell you that. But if it tells you anything about that, that'll learn. It's like right
I'll
up
have to take a look.
the Final Fantasy weird shit that I like to check out. Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely take a look at the one of the trailers. You'll see what I'm saying. So it has been brought up, obviously, and it's kind of in the news here because on the 24th, Shift Up announced that it's signing a distribution agreement with Sony Interactive Entertainment. They're manufacturer of the PlayStation brand, blah blah blah. Shift will collaborate with SIE to bring the AAA blockbuster console game Stellar Blade to PS5s across the globe, including Korea, through this agreement. Shift Up officially announced Shift Up has become Sony's first party partner. Pretty good partner. I mean, that's right up their alley. That's the kind of stuff that they like to put out there, anyways. So
We'll
yeah,
see. Like, obviously, you're going to be streaming it at some point, I would assume, right? If you,
definitely. Yeah, when it comes out. This could be a really good deal for Shift Up. I mean, not a studio that I've ever heard of. So, but the game looks fun. So, I mean, it could really put a lot of money in their pockets to develop other games. And hopefully it's a good partnership with Sony. And maybe that'll lead to an acquisition later on. Uh, Sony's usually pretty good with that kind of a thing. They're not going out there trying to buy big developers and studios. They kind of like to partner with them and build something together, and then if the relationship's good, they go with the purchase. Other than Bungie, which that's a whole other thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Look forward to Stellar Blade coming to the PlayStation 5. I assume that will be a PS5 exclusive at this point.
Yeah.
That kind of what's caused the uproar and caused this article to come out is some people think that it's not going to be coming to Xbox. It was announced on Xbox in one of the trailers, so I think it'll still come out, but we'll see. No need to get all hasty about it right now. You know, it's just a game. Move on. Another studio, Savage Game Studios. That was a mobile brand, mobile developer. Is idiot right now. They have been rebranded as Neon Koi, and they have a new action game focus. This doesn't surprise me at all. For them to be kind of moving into a new area, but the name is kind of cool, and the logo they put out is pretty cool. It's pink and blue, and looks all nice and pretty. We'll see. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
I don't
It's
know
blow.
anything they
It's
put
pretty.
out or what they do, so could be bad, could be good. We'll see.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, we'll see. I just hope it's not a bunch of mobile shit. You know how I feel about mobile gaming.
We all
I
feel
think
the
we're
same
all.
way.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of made some of the bigger companies make some
Fucking
silly
dog
moves.
shit.
Tread the wrong
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So they say here specifically, Neon Koi represents our culture and the passions of our gaming project. The studios explained on LinkedIn, after consideration and reflection on our values, missions, we've decided to embrace a new identity that better aligns with our vision for the future. There's nothing wrong with that. Having one vision for your studio is better than having multiple visions and it going absolutely nowhere. So it is okay with
Yeah.
saying, hey, we need to step back, rebrand. What do we want? What do we want to develop? And mainly what Sony's thinking is make us money. So how do we justify our jobs? And it seems like they're kind of stepping into that direction, kind of reeling it back in, and they're saying we make action games with epic stories to faster, lasting connections with players around the world.
Prove it.
Prove it, exactly. We'll see. We'll see.
I want to believe you. I'm tired of all the company and
Promises.
all the unfulfilled promises between everybody, really. Like, if you're not a big Mario guy or Nintendo person, then you're aimed towards the other consoles. If you're not, like, it's just, I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of modern gaming sucking. Like,
Yeah.
I want the good bit. I'm having more fun playing PS1 and PS2 and OG Xbox and part of 360 than I ever have with any new console.
That's part of it, man. I just don't think they know what they want. I don't think they understand what their
They want
customer
money.
base
They
is.
made that fucking clear. They want money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of their job is to make money.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't want to make excuses for them, but still at the same time.
I mean, they forget that they'll make money if they make good shit. Like,
Yeah.
kind of goes hand in hand.
Yep.
Stop trying to put half-ass stuff out on the market and say that it's, like, you get it. I'm rambling.
I mean, but that's fair though.
Yeah, I mean, you have a studio that you haven't heard of, and they're saying they want to do this. It's okay to criticize that.
Yeah, I
It's
want
okay
to see it.
say,
Prove it.
Yeah, 100%. Doesn't matter who they work for. Their
Make me a fan.
developer, whatever.
Make me loyal.
Yeah. Speaking of being a fan, make me loyal. Games proving your points. The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is coming to PS5 on January 19th, 2024. I've seen a lot of opinions on this game. What do you guys think, man?
I'm excited for it. I really like the Last of Us series, especially after watching the series come out. I didn't play the games. I went ahead and played the games. I'm ready for it. Honestly.
Hell yeah. So you're okay with the remastered version coming out?
Yeah, because let's see. If you have the PS4 version, it's like $10 to upgrade to the PS5.
Yep.
And it also coming with 3 new levels. I think like a boar hunting one, and then you have sewers, and then something else. I forget the last one.
Yep. And there's a new mode coming out too. I can't remember what it's called.
It's essentially like a survivor mode.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. You can play as different characters. Maybe there's some split screen going on there. I don't know, but there's a couple new modes for featured graphics. There's gonna be a fidelity mode, 1440p upscaled to 4K. Performance mode, unlocked frame rate options for TV, VRR. I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of good PS5 things coming into this. And they kind of justifies that $10 upgrade. I mean, Dadalorian, you hopped into the PS4 generation late, right?
Yeah, I jumped into PS4 simply because of VR, and that's as the PS5 was like going to be coming out.
Yeah, and you bought the PS5. That's where you started at. So, I mean, that's kind of where he's at, just so you guys understand.
I went from PS2 to PS5.
Yeah. So I know you bought this game on. Did you buy this game on disc yet?
Yeah. What, the part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were with me.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you did or not. Are you upset that this is a $10 upgrade?
If it was just a graphical upgrade,
this should just be a free update, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just be a free update. But with as much that's coming with it, it's a lot more generous than what they could have done.
Yeah, they could have just sold it outright for $70 and said "fuck you."
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Looking at you, Modern Warfare 3.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a different story. You
No.
know what? We never even talked about Modern Warfare 3. I didn't have a single article saved to talk about that game. So we'll kind of set that aside. We'll finish this here real quick on The Last of Us.
No, but to answer your question, no, I'm not upset. I think $10 is very reasonable for what they're offering.
Yeah.
and knowing them, more will come with it.
Yeah.
So like, whether this is your first time buying the game and you're buying it at full price,
Hmm.
or you are just getting the $10 upgrade, either way, I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be worth it because originally, I remember I wasn't going to buy it on the 4. I wasn't going to buy it for the 4 because of we were like, well, obviously with the first one getting remastered, the second one will be coming.
That's correct. Yeah.
But we got it like a stupid cheap price, and so we went ahead and just said fuck it and got it anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not complaining. I don't see an issue with that at all. ten
Yeah.
dollars is very nice.
So if you do want to purchase this game, keep in mind there is a WLF edition if you like to buy things physically. Check that out. Also, the digital version is a $10 USD upgrade at launch if you already have the game bought. Uh, from there on out, that's pretty much it for the end of the Last of Us story here. But to kind of keep the same tone of that physical edition being launched, there is going to be a physical edition of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Yeah, I know you're kind of excited about that, man. Are you looking to purchase the big bundle, or you just want just a physical game?
Honestly, man, I'll probably just get the game
Mm-hmm.
because, like, I don't think outside of the some stuff that like this is my first Baldur's Gate game that I'd be jumping into, so I don't see really a purpose of me getting the extra shit, especially if I plan on purchasing it for more than one console.
Mm-hmm.
So because with it not being cross-platform, but it's cross-save, that kind of I would save more money just getting the game twice rather than getting who the what is it the deluxe. It's like a big what's it called again?
I don't know. It's just a big fucking bundle of stuff.
Yeah, no, I would just worry about getting the games. Hell, I've been waiting for the game to go on sale
Yeah,
with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but I don't see it hasn't budged,
bro, they ain't
which I
lowering
don't
the
blame
price on that game. Yeah, I
them.
I look at the bundles with all the extra stuff anymore as trinkets that's eventually going to go into a box or be thrown away or given away.
I mean, if you're a hardcore fan of that franchise,
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna get it. But if you're someone like me that this would be your first game in this franchise, there's no reason for it.
Yeah, for me, man, if I started buying the statues and limited edition for every game that I love, they would be everywhere, and I would have nowhere to put anything else. Because I mean,
Like,
the 19 inches of Venom. Oh God, I I really wanted that. Where am I gonna put it?
but you got,
You
I
know.
feel you there.
Uh, yeah. So let's talk about Modern Warfare 3, guys. I haven't bought it. I know in the past few years you guys have bought the games when they came out. You have a reason to play with your brothers, stuff like that. Tell me, did you buy the Modern Warfare 3 this year?
Fuck no. Number one is simply because Infinity Ward was not in charge of it. And I
Yeah.
was like, nope, not playing that fucking game. I know Infinity Ward when it comes to Modern Warfare does very well. And I really like the first two campaigns of the reboots. Obviously the OG trilogy is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But when they were like, yeah, Treyarch is taking over the zombies and Sledgehammer's doing campaign and multiplayer, I was like, oh no, this game's gonna bomb. And then when it leaked and released that it was supposed to be a DLC and they tried hiding it, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely not fucking buying this game.
Oh man.
And then we watched the 3 hour gameplay on Veteran, and it was just such a half-assed all the way around. Like this is the biggest embarrassment of a AAA game I have ever seen.
Hmm.
Ever seen.
Yeah, there's so many feelings around this game because I understand people who are frustrated about it, but then again, I understand some people where they just want to come home and play a quick game of Call of Duty and move on. But those players are unlike anybody else when it comes to gameplay. They just
Well, good thing when the multiplayer is free, unless you want certain maps.
yeah. So
Like, but I don't buy. I never purchased Call of Duty for the fact of the multiplayer. I liked the campaign. I liked the characters because, unlike most people, when I was growing up, all my friends had online, and I was not allowed to have online. So
yeah,
I replayed the side story missions or side ops, replay the campaign on all the difficulties,
yeah.
and that's what's going to sell me. And then
Well,
what's going to make the game last these days is the multiplayer. But
hmm
if the campaign sucks, I'm not even going to consider it.
well, I mean, back in the day,
And
you had to have internet, and you had to have your parents pay for a subscription.
yep,
They weren't doing that for me, bro. They were like, "You got other games, go play that."
yep.
You got stuff to do.
I mean, the first online game that I played was Modern Warfare 3 at the tail end.
Mine was
Like,
Modern Warfare 2.
I bought a PS3, I bought that game, and I immediately bought all the DLC. And then turn around like 3 months later, Black Ops 2 came out. So it was a
Like,
whole new world for me compared to other people.
yeah, my very first specifically online multiplayer. Because I've seen some people argue saying multiplayer can be in the same game as like LAN parties. That's a version of multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically online multiplayer, I was at a buddy's house and he handed me the controller and said, "Hey, I got to use the restroom." And I took over, and that was my first time playing an online game, and it was Modern Warfare 2 at its peak. It was at its peak.
It's pretty wild, man, to think that that was that long ago. And we're here now. Oh, well.
It's sad.
Yep. Well,
It's not
I
like it
mean,
used to be.
what?
Joey, what's your thoughts? I know you got similar opinions.
Yeah.
I took over the conversation. What do you got?
As far as Activision doing what they've been doing,
I mean, you're not wrong there.
uh,
Diablo 4 was pretty much a failure in my opinion. That's in my opinion, just so everybody knows.
oh, 100%. It's not even. No, it's not an opinion at this point. It just simply failed.
It's weird that this generation of Activision Blizzard is kind of this so off. I mean, I can't lie. I've been enjoying Overwatch 2 quite a bit, but it's essentially when I'm at home at 7:30 at night and I just got off work after being there and getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and just wanting to play a game. So I can't see justifying a $70 price point for this game.
No.
I mean, what would you
Actually,
be
that
willing to pay
$10.
for this?
Will I be willing to pay for?
Not a fucking dime.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I would have said a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. It's
Fair would be a good time.
20, $30 at most, since it is a DLC for Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
I will never look at it as a full game.
Because it's not like I understand people make arguments for what is it Ragnarok to the 2018 God of War, but I don't see that. But looking at this game,
Mm-hmm.
it is 100% a DLC. And
Yeah.
I
And the
think
fact that Infinity War didn't take over. Like, what are they doing?
You know what they're doing.
doing
They're
the
working
next
on
game.
Modern Warfare 4 right now. Black Ops is coming out next year.
Fuck, it makes me not even want to play the next Call of Duty. Like,
Well, get ready. You're about to buy it. Because
I'll wait for it.
If it's Black Ops, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be a dirty little slut. I'll buy that shit.
It'll be on game. It'll be on
I'm just
Game
being
Pass at some
honest.
point.
I'm just being honest, man. Straight up.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would pay $40 for this third game. That would be the max I would pay.
30 free.
And it's the reasoning being is it's just a little bit of an expansion. Yeah, it's used maps for the campaign in quotations there. It does have a new zombie mode, and it does come with a all the original Modern Warfare 2 maps. So, in my opinion, that's just like playing what's it, $40 for the Origins campaign on BO3. So, I can justify buying that. I'd be able to justify buying this if I was interested in this game. I could justify $40.
Yeah.
They did. I would be fine if they actually came forth and said this is a DLC and we're titling it Modern Warfare 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they
even
haven't. They fight it. They're like, no, it's Modern Warfare 3 and it's a full fucking game. It's like, no, it's not.
No, because even on the PlayStation Store, for a little bit, it was registered as a DLC.
Yeah. And then those pictures were also leaked on Xbox as well, showing that it was a DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think for Xbox, a video was leaked saying that it was, or showing that it was. So,
Yeah, I seen a video of a dude having the internet connection turned off on his PlayStation, and he put the disc in, and it booted up as Modern Warfare 2.
yeah,
So I don't know if that's real or not, but if it is, it's
that is 100% true.
fucking terrible, man.
I don't know why they have to get so scummy like that.
Lazy?
Nah, it's not even lazy. Because at least it's scummy how they're trying to do it.
Yeah.
Because at least lazy, they'll be honest about it. But
yeah,
this is that's a whole new level of just trying to scam your fans for years, and I don't know. It's not a good look, and unfortunately, it makes Microsoft look like the bad guy.
Especially
Because
yeah. When it wasn't them at all.
Yeah. We'll see though.
And
We'll see if they make a change for next year. I'm really excited to see how. Because honestly, I think if there's one person that can make a change in that company and how these games are made and developed, I honestly think Phil Spencer is the guy. I mean, he generally seems to understand what the consumer wants based off of what he says. I know he doesn't have he can't make every single little decision for Xbox. I know he's the head guy,
But he knows games.
yeah, I think he's a genuine player. So
Yeah, he's a genuine gamer, and that's like the nicest thing I could say about Phil Spencer is that he is a genuine player.
yeah.
Which you fucking better be if you're running that company. Like,
That's kind of how I feel. I mean, that's a big switch there. We'll see. We'll see. Well, last story for PlayStation here. I forgot to mention it. The $7.9 billion lawsuit against Sony for the PlayStation Store prices.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff I try to understand a little bit of it, but to me, as a regular guy, just trying to understand, it makes absolutely no sense. Everybody makes a cut on these games, even on the other stores. They all have that 30% cut. I think it's 30% cut. I don't know. I don't know what the
either way,
percentage is, but they all do it. So
I don't know enough about how that part of it works.
Ooh, you cut out pretty bad.
Sorry about that. Someone tried calling me. Oh my god. Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the dude who is like the main whatever it's called part of the suit, his name is Alex Neal.
Mm-hmm.
He did a Reddit AMA last year.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking stupid, man. Uh, and like I guess everybody was just going nuts on him, pointing out all of the obvious flaws, resulting in non-stop roasting and few replies from Neil himself. So we'll see how this goes out. But the most interesting part, the reason why I bring it up is I thought it was just going to go right out the window and be done and
Right.
over with. But no, they are. The judge wants to see the case, so we'll
And
see.
that's what's got me interest. Is like, oh, okay, well,
Exactly.
what's going on that I don't understand? That the judge is like, no, I want to take a deeper look.
Mm-hmm. And I think it'll
I
be
don't.
a good thing. I mean, so I looked
It's,
down here further in this article here. It says that Apple takes a 30% cut in its own app store. And that was the whole Apple versus Epic uh, lawsuit, if you remember that, man.
Mm-hmm.
been a minute, but yeah.
So it seems like it's kind of a common percentage cut there for all the stores. Uh, yeah, Google's App Store takes a 30% cut too. Wow. So it's probably 30% all the way around.
Like I know that they're wanting to. I know that people like Rockstar are wanting to raise the price of games, or not even have a price, and they just want to have subscription service for their game. And like, I don't know if
Yeah.
this has anything to do with like, oh, we deserve more money. Like, like
So
I get it. At the end of the day, things are getting more expensive. People need more wage and stuff, but like these are multi-million dollar companies. Like, what's the issue
mhm.
here?
so
And I
it
think that's why
says
the judge is looking into it.
the main thing about this case is that it's bad for consumers. Uh, but as this article here is pointing out, that the 30% cut Sony is taking is not a harm to consumers, given that the cost is passed to developers and publishers. If Sony games were, say, 30% more expensive than competitors, perhaps this would make sense. But price parity across the industry, including with rivals like Xbox, shows that this isn't the case. You could view this as a wider industry problem, but it's Sony specifically being singled out here. And something like anti competitive laws would not seem to have to do with dictating what kind of cut Sony can take from publishers. So it seems like it's just a fee that they charge to the developers and publishers to put the game on the platform. So for every sale, Sony gets a 30% cut from the developer and publisher. It doesn't affect the consumer. And it's like that with Xbox, Google, and Apple. So yeah, I'd like to see how this case ends up. We'll see.
Yeah, ever since these big acquisitions, did I say that right? Ever since these big purchases of these companies and stuff, how the video game business actually runs has been in the light. Like we really got to see shocking, but yet not so shocking things about Xbox when trying to get Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And so like
yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
yeah, and like with EA as well back then with Battlefront. People aren't they're getting smarter. Like in a good way, I guess. Like it's not really unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the people wanting to continue to make money. But there's people going, hey, this isn't right. Something's a little scummy, like Tyler was saying earlier. It's a little scummy. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy learning more about it. I just worry on how it's going to affect us at the end.
We'll see. Honestly, I think if anything, the nothing will happen. I mean, how many times do you see these guys make good decisions and judgment for the consumer? I don't think Activision Blizzard was a good decision or judgment for the consumer. But here we are.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm glad the judge is wanting to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm also curious to why he's wanting to look at it. Like, what's the reason?
Right. We'll see.
Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
we are gonna find out. All right. So I saved the best for last. 2023 has released tons of great games this year. Final Fantasy 16, fucking Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Super Mario RPG, Spider-Man 2. What other games? All of them. Baldur's Gate 3, everything. Starfield's a good game. It should be thrown in there. Liza P, Hogwarts Legacy. Now the next best great game is here, guys. The Walking Dead Destinies.
I about hit the hung up button right now.
It's fucking. I'm telling you, man, it's game of the year. Insane graphics. Insane. So, if you guys didn't know that this is the Game Mill published the Skull Island Rise of Kong last month as well. I don't get it why these companies release these games, man. We had Golem this year, Kong Skull Island, and now this game. It's like it's a fight to the bottom instead of a fight to the top. Except for it's like this one company. So this game, I've seen so much gameplay, and it makes absolutely no sense at all for this stuff, man. Straight up Shane blasted Rick in the face with a shotgun like 15 fucking times, and he's not dead.
Like it almost makes me wonder if they're doing this just to keep the license or the IP for certain. But I know that some like Walking Dead share their license with a lot of gamers, well, a lot of gaming companies or studios. That's what I'm looking for. And so I don't know. I do not know why this keeps happening.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, it is so weird that they're like, "Yep, that's it. Let's put it out."
This is what I
Like
want.
they
Ship it.
got to know that it's bad, right?
Hit the green button. Go. They have to know. I mean, you're basing it off of the television show, obviously, not the comic books, because you have very close similarities. Rick's in it. Rick's not in the comic books, so yeah, they're basing it off of the show.
Yeah.
I watched this clip right here of him shooting Rick again. Oh god. Oh man, this is absolutely ridiculous what they have here. The cut scenes, like they don't talk. It's like stop motion or whatever it's called. Like it's a picture, and then it moves on to the next one.
Yeah, it's like reading a digital comic almost,
Yeah.
but you're playing it.
Yep. It is so fucking bad. And what's hilarious is the only characters who actually look like they're kind of in person, from what I've seen, has been Daryl and Carol.
Daryl.
So I wonder if there's a DLC pack coming out. I mean, oh fuck! I can't believe they did this, man. It's wild. It's insane. I
Again,
don't know, man.
I'm so sick and tired of modern gaming.
It's
Because
so weird.
isn't this every a lot of what we talked about? Isn't this like the worst of what modern gaming is? Like here we are talking about the news, and the biggest heavy hitters have the worst news.
Yeah.
And then you have people that you've never heard of before putting out shit like this. And it's like you're not giving me hope for the future, my guy. Like
Yeah. You know,
you don't
it's the
you don't
reason
have
why
this
games
mentality.
like these, Kong, Golem, and this game now is kind of why I stay away from those weird titles. I mean, games like Kana, The Bridge of Spirits, and Stray are fucking marvelous. Shovel Knight is a fantastic game. Undertale, and like I feel like these games like this is what puts people off from buying from somebody who puts out shit. Let me say that correctly. Puts off from people not buying something they don't know.
Mhm.
Exactly.
If I said that correctly, I apologize if you're watching this video, if you're listening along, and I sound like a fucking idiot right now, but it's true.
Like imagine let's go back 20 years
Yeah,
and this Walking Dead game is getting promoted. And say that the Walking Dead show is as popular like it is now back then too with all of its legacy and everything else. That game is going to get sold very quickly
oh
and
yeah,
it's going to get shat on very quickly
yep.
and then not make money.
It'll be in that $20 bin really fast.
Yeah.
Get that platinum hit, since it's not even a platinum hit, just to sell it.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, fellas, that's it for the news. I did see over here on the side while I was kind of clicking around, looking at this stuff. Valve, if you didn't know, uh, released a early prototype or a mod and an update for Counter Strike. Or excuse me, let me say this correctly. It's a Left 4 Dead Origins mod in Counter Strike Condition Zero called Terror Strike. So, might see something cool for that. I don't know, but just so you guys are aware,
I
it seems like
mean,
something's popping up.
like you said, man, it's really hard for even us to want to try something new
Yeah,
when shit like this keeps happening. So
it's totally fair, man.
if it and like you're the one with the PC, so like if it ends up being good, we're gonna watch you play.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I bought a lot of things though on the PC that I wouldn't have ever played before.
Right.
Lethal Company and this Demonologist game. It's I'd have never played that on console, 100%. But I've got some other friends here that kind of have pushed me out of my boundaries and we're playing different things now. Well, that's kind of the end of the show there, fellas. Uh, just kind of a closing outro here for everybody. Make sure you follow along. You follow me on Twitch. That's where I stream. Fridays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. That's Darth Biscuit 116. And make sure you follow for random pop-ups. I'd just like to give a shout out to everybody out there watching, continuing to grow with us, this community that we have. It's very small, but we're having a blast. We're playing different games, and tune in. Come along for the ride. All right, guys. I'll see you later.